This book is called Popcorn, and it's one of the Frank Asch bear stories. There are many of them. If you're interested in the history of popcorn, you can go to popcorn.org. You'll find out there that, for example, the Spanish learned from the natives in Peru how to make popcorn, and that popcorn was introduced to Europeans in both North and South America. Popcorn. Take good care of the house, and we'll bring you a present. One fall night, Mama and Papa Bear went to a Halloween party and left Sam home alone. So he called up his friends and invited them to his house for his own Halloween party. Wear a costume, bring something good to eat. While he waited for his friends to arrive, he made himself a costume. The first to arrive was Betty. I brought some popcorn for the party, she said. She brought black cat popcorn. The second to arrive was Billy. He brought popcorn too. He brought royal popcorn. Bernie, Bonnie, and Buster also brought popcorn. In fact, everyone brought popcorn. The party was lots of fun. When Betty said, "Hey, let's pop all that popcorn," everyone thought it was a good idea. With some help from his friends, Sam lifted Mama Bear's great big kettle onto the kitchen stove and poured in all the popcorn. He added some oil and salt and turned on the stove. Soon it began to pop. There was so much popcorn, it quickly filled the kettle and spilled out onto the floor. There was so much popcorn, it filled the whole kitchen. It spilled out into the living room. It filled all the rooms downstairs and crept upstairs. There was so much popcorn, it filled the whole house. What happened? Help! Who turned out the lights? Where did everybody go? Some party. Get me out of here! Everyone wanted to go home, but Sam said, "No, you've got to stay and help me get rid of all this popcorn, or I'll be in big trouble." Munch, munch, crunch, crunch, gulp. They ate, and 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 ate, until all the popcorn was gone. I don't care if I ever see another piece of popcorn in my whole life, said Buster. I feel like my stomach is going to burst, said Betty. Mine too, said Bobby. Sam felt the sickest of all. He said good night to his friends and cleaned up and went to bed. Later that night, Mama and Papa Bear came home. Wake up, they said. We brought you a present. What is it? Asked Sam. Popcorn, they replied. Well, the Native Americans used to cook popcorn in an open fire. In the 1800s, people learned to cook popcorn on top of a stove using some oil. And today, an awful lot of popcorn is cooked in the microwave. Physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson tells us, water is the most common ingredient in foods like popcorn, and microwave ovens primarily heat water. So what happens in the microwave is all that water heats up, it explodes, turns into steam, and the kernel turns inside out, and you get to see the white inside when it pops. Frank Asch has a website that you can visit. It's not a secure site, so be a little bit careful. But he's got all kinds of stuff there, including lots of information about his series of bear books, including the popcorn book. And that is Popcorn by Frank Asch.